So we're recording the session for today. Namaste everyone, hello. So welcome to our second Wednesday night mantras series. Before I dive into an explanation of what we're doing, I'm going to go ahead and do our opening invocations. So as always, if you happen to know the invocations from chanting with me before, please join in from wherever you happen to be. Otherwise, there's a nice long Om at the beginning of each one, and you can join in with the Oms, and we'll sort of form our collective consciousness through that. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Okay, so we're ready to begin. First thing I'm going to do is post the usual links into the chat there. So I'm recording this and I'll upload it to my YouTube channel tomorrow at some point. And so if you want to come back in, the intention around this practice is to do this 3 times as a group on Wednesday nights in 3 consecutive weeks. But then you can continue to do this practice in between each of those sessions. And if you go the full 3 weeks, then you'll do 21 days worth of practice on this mantra, which is an excellent number of completion, and will serve to give you a real sense of what the energy is. So I highly recommend it. It is slightly long mantra, so it might take us, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes or so to actually do the 108. So hopefully you have that much time during the day. But if you don't, then consider doing maybe fewer repetitions. If you do some every day, that's going to be tremendous. I wouldn't expect more than 108 unless you're really, deeply dedicated to it. But 27 or 54 would be great. But each time we get together as a group, we will do the full 108. As always, if you're on my YouTube channel, if you feel like subscribing to the channel, that would be great. If I can get to 100 subscribers, then I can actually name it something, which would be hugely useful for me, because as you can see from the link, it's sort of a letter salad kind of a thing. There's also my donation link there if you are feel moved to donate in any way, and some of you already have. Thank you very much for doing that. Feel free to click on that link, and it takes you straight to the donation site. And then there's the link to Margot's mala creation photo album, where you can go and see the malas that are for sale. There's also photos of stuff that's already been sold in there. If you're interested in picking up a mala to help facilitate your mantra meditation practice, highly recommend it. You can contact her by the email address that's right there. Okay, so business stuff out of the way. Let's get down to the mantra. So we began our first 3-week series with a chant for Ganesha, opening up the energy in the best possible way, staying very true to the tradition, beginning anything with a connection to the Ganesha energy. The next most auspicious direction for us to go right at this moment, as our second avenue into our mantra practice, is going to be to connect with the energy of the goddess Lakshmi. So we'll be doing, since we did the Ganapati Mahamantra last time, I figured there's also a Lakshmi Mahamantra that we can do for the next 3 weeks. And what's really cool about that, for any of you who are here for all or part of the last 3-week series, is that these two mantras are like brother and sister mantras. Their energies are very intertwined with each other, and as a set, they are extremely powerful. And there are a few mantras that do work that way, like the Gayatri mantra and the Mrityunjaya mantra. Again, one feminine and one masculine work together very powerfully as a pair. So these ones do as well, the Ganapati and Lakshmi Mahamantras. So I thought that this would just be a really auspicious way to begin, and would be really excellent practices for you guys to experience and to think about possibly using. So just very briefly, I'm going to set, what I'll do is each time over the 3 weeks, I'll say a little something here and there about Lakshmi, and also I'll go over a little bit of a translation of the mantra. So first of all, Lakshmi, most of us are probably familiar with her if we've been engaged in the yoga community or Indian culture at all. Much like Ganesha, Lakshmi, extremely popular in India for really obvious reasons. So this is the Divine Mother's manifestation into reality as the energy of fertility, abundance, prosperity, success and achievement, all of these kinds of things that, as human beings living in a material existence, have a lot of meaning for us. So the connection to this particular goddess energy is fairly obvious and clear, and makes a lot of sense to us on a statement of our normal lives, right? So it's basically Lakshmi's energy is the energy of multiplication. It's the energy of things growing and becoming more and more of themselves, and multiplying and expanding outwards to sort of fill in spaces in an ecological sense, however that works out. And just this very positive, beautiful, sweet energy of growth and manifestation, and things becoming more and more of what they are. So it's really obvious how this sort of fits into a yogic path. Lakshmi's path towards liberation, towards moksha or nirvana, is one of just growing into it, right? The ultimate sort of prosperity, or the ultimate abundance, is becoming enlightened yourself. It's one thing to have a prosperity. To answer your question, any mala will work. If you have a lotus seed mala like I do, it's great, but use any mala. So the ultimate abundance, the ultimate prosperity, is being enlightened, because everything else is about owning stuff. It's about possessing stuff in one way or another, or kind of gathering things into your own sort of orbit as a separate being existing in this realm of samsara. But ultimately what we want to get to is to achieve this state of infinite consciousness, where it no longer becomes a question of having things, right? Or possessing something, or being abundant in that way, because you are everything, right? This is the ultimate abundance, the ultimate prosperity, the ultimate growth. That's when you've achieved your full level of growth, and your reproduction of yourself achieves an infinite an infinite state. So that's what I'll say about Lakshmi for this week. Yes, so the lotus seed mala is best for Lakshmi, but you don't have to have one, right? As I say, the point that I always try to hammer home in the mantra intensive is a mala is a counting device, right? So on its most basic level, that's what you use it for. You use it to count, and as long as that works, then it's doing its job. There are different layers of symbolism and energy usage that you can get to by using a particular mala with a particular mantra, but that's a much more complex subject, and it's optional, let's just say. But I do happen to have a lotus seed mala here, which I will be using for this practice, and which I have been using for my Lakshmi mantras for a long time. So let's take a quick look at the mantra. Let me share my screen here. All right, so here it is. Move that down a little bit. So it's quite a mouthful. You can see it's similar in its length, maybe actually a tad longer than the Ganapati Mahamantra was. Sort of up in there with the Gayatri mantra or the Mrityunjaya mantra, similar sort of a size to it. So the words Om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, Om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. So it's a lot of words, but we're going to repeat it a lot of times, right? So you'll grab it. You know, I find that even with the complex mantras, by the time we've hit, you know, a quarter of the way through, around 27 repetitions, everybody seems to really be feeling it at that point. So I'm just going to talk today about this first line here, Om Shriim Hriim Shriim, which you'll see actually gets repeated in reverse down here on the fourth line. So we'll kind of talk about those two things. So these are the bija mantras, or the seed syllables for this particular mantra, and these bijas are, you know, they're sort of essential sounds in a way. Like they're not translatable into any particular, you know, English sentence kind of structure. They're elemental sounds that vibrate with some particular energy as the essence of some energy. So the idea of the reason it's called a seed is because the bija is kind of a small sound, right? Om or shriim, right? It's sort of a single syllable sound, but and so it seems small and insignificant, but like a seed, it will grow as you repeat it, as you vibrate that energy. It will you know, grow within your chakra system to become something, you know, rather magnificent, rather, you know, a lot like the way that an acorn, you know, seems to be a very small and insignificant kind of a thing, but within it is the potential for a mighty oak tree, right? So this is very much the same kind of idea. So the first one, Om, of course, is our connection into infinite consciousness. That's what this sound is about. Om is the sound that's underlying our reality, and when we tap into it, we are vibrating directly in resonance with the ocean of consciousness, of which we are all small parts, like waves rising on the surface. And you know, with each mantra that we say, we want it to emerge out of that ocean of consciousness, essentially to exist for the time in which we are chanting it, and then return to the ocean of consciousness, and then we say the mantra again, and it emerges like a wave out of that ocean. That's why so many mantras begin with this sound, Om, and the only ones that don't are ones that don't need to, because they're already addressing infinite consciousness in such a great, you know, in such a direct way. Think of one like Gatte Gatte Pada Gatte Pada Sam Gatte Bodhi Svāhā, the Buddhist mantra from the Heart Sutra, does not require an Om at the beginning, because the whole mantra is about infinite consciousness. It's all it's about. So the Om is kind of implied, really. these two here, the śrīṁ, this is actually literally called the Lakshmi bija, and this bija mantra is very directly connected to the energy of Lakshmi herself, and it has a number of very potent aspects to it. But on the one, the main thing is, if this bija is the essence of Lakshmi, then as we chant this sound śrīṁ, and we get to say it, quite a few times during this mantra, then it plants the seed of Lakshmi inside of us, and we begin to grow that seed by nurturing it through the chant of actually the bija itself, and then also all of the other words that are connected to it here will help to kind of, give this this seed sound the nutrients that it needs to begin to really grow. Śrīṁ is a sort of a lunar kind of a sound. It's a very watery kind of energy, and what it does is it comes in from the cosmos down through the crown chakra into your body. When it hits the third eye, the Ajna chakra, then it goes into the Ida nadi, which runs to the left side of the spine, and works its way down through your energy system. So you get this flow of divine grace moving downwards through your energy system. And what we have here then is this other bija mantra, which is called the Shakti bija. It's sort of a divine mother or goddess energy essence, like primal essence, is this sound hrīṁ. And this sound hrīṁ has the opposite action. It moves from the root chakra upwards, and it has sort of a hot kind of solar energy to it as it rises up the right side of the spine, the pingala nadi, moving upwards towards the crown. And so as we say Om Shriim Hriim, then we're setting up this flow moving downwards and the flow moving upwards, and they'll meet in the heart chakra at the center of your system, kind of like my shirt here, and you get this sort of explosive effect or blooming effect of energy when they meet there. That can be a very, very powerful projection of energy at that time, or creates powerful ripples of energy inside of you. But since this is in fact a Lakshmi mantra, then we add another śrīṁ onto it just to reinforce that part of it. So we're not even really, it's not necessarily a balanced flow. We have got about twice as much of this śrīṁ energy moving down as we do the hrīṁ energy moving up. So we get like an extra dose of the Lakshmi energy. There's a wonderful thing that happens a lot in tantric mantras like this, which is this kind of reflective quality. And you can see it happening with the bijas here. So you do Om Shriim Hriim Shriim at the top, and then we return to it, but we go in the opposite order. Shriim Hriim Shriim Om. And when you do that, it creates this sort of cyclical energy movement throughout the mantra itself and inside your body as the energy is moving around. And any kind of cyclical, kind of dynamic motion like that, where it has this reflective thing that moves back and forth, tends to sort of magnify the energy of the mantra as you're continuing to chant it. So, and of course, in tantric practice, that is what we're doing. We're attempting to magnify and expand the energy capacity inside of our bodies. So this is a powerful way to do it, and so you'll see that kind of formula happening fairly often, where there's something that a sound formula that happens, and then either immediately or sometime later in the mantra, you'll see the reverse kind of thing occurring as a way of creating a circular movement of energy. Okay, so that's our lecture for today, keeping it nice and short and sweet. So I'll go over the words one more time, and then we're just going to dive in and chant it and see what happens. You can, in a general sense, set an intention with this mantra as far as the overall concepts of, fertility, abundance, prosperity, achievement and success, multiplication, any of those kinds of things, reproduction of yourself in whatever way. It's not necessarily, physically with children, but we we multiply and reproduce in all sorts of ways, especially if you're an artist. That's you think of your artworks as being your children, but in any way that we do that, you can set a general intention around this, but the svāhā ending on the end there is indicating that this is a surrendering of control kind of mantra, right? So what we're doing here is we're really opening ourselves up to the energy stream of Lakshmi's consciousness and allowing it to flow through us. And it's going to, it can be vaguely sort of directed, but it's really just going to kind of, you know, blow through you and just do what it wants to do, you know, do what she wants to do with you, which is going to be whatever is, you know, the most useful thing for your dharma at this time. So the words, each of the words, Om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, Om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. So you get also that shri sound in śrī mahālakṣmyai, you know, is you can see that it's picking up the energy of that śrīṁ, right? So we're getting an awful lot of that energy moving through us in this mantra, maybe more than any other Lakshmi mantra that I know of at this time. It's the largest number of shrims and shris that I've ever seen. So, okay, let me take a nice swig of water. So for those of you who may be new to this, it's very simple. I'm going to begin. I'll have a little bit of rhythmic accompaniment going along to keep everything, you know, sort of flowing in an easy way. And as you pick up the rhythm, in particular of the mantra, there will be a melody. The melody is less important, so don't worry about if you feel like you're in tune with me or whatever that may be. Don't worry about that so much as just trying to pick up the rhythm of the words, because that's where the energy is expressed. You know, that's where the most powerful part of the mantra actually is in the rhythm. So, nice deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And another. And one more. And we're ready to begin. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda prasīda, śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrī kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ Om Shri Mahālakṣmyai svāhā. prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrīṁ Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai prasīda prasīda śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om śrī mahālakṣmyai svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā, om, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, 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 śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda, śrīṁ, hrīṁ, śrīṁ, om, śrī Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda. Śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Om śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ kamale, kamalālayai, prasīda, prasīda. Śrīṁ hrīṁ śrīṁ om Shri mahālakṣmyai, svāhā. Sitting in silence now for a few moments, allowing the energy of the mantra to settle inside your chakra system. Close our practice today with a nice long Om and Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu 3 times, followed by Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining in on this practice. Stop the recording.